Hi everyone, this is Vaka, now with a more detailed Iris guide using the Erosion Magus, which will be our starter build. The first thing you should do after the campaign is set up a loot filter. I recommend using my own loot filter. I've created it to help with progression for any minion build. This filter highlights high energy useful bases for that specific time mark. So in low time marks, it will highlight items with about 30 energy, and on time mark 7, it will only highlight items with about 60 energy, or 120 energy for two-handed weapons and chest pieces. The filter highlights armor and energy shield bases, as well as cane, rod, staff, and other useful bases for minions. For this build, we'll be focusing on canes and rods. You should be picking up base energy shield gear with high energy, so you can unlock 5 links and 6 links for your mega skill. This is a huge DPS boost. The filter also uses a softer highlight in Timemark 4 specifically. For when you're looking for canes and you can't find one with high energy, you can use a low energy one. You might be thinking, when should I switch from Fire Magus to Erosion Magus? Timemark 1, Timemark 4? I suggest you change at Timemark 1 currently, because you already have access to Full Bloom, so your Erosion Magus will be using their ultimate skills a lot, and this will carry your progression. When you do transition, be sure to respect your talents and change the skills as needed. We'll be removing Battle Trumpet, and we'll be picking up these nodes that give skill Magus cooldown recovery speed, as well as removing enhanced skill chance. Make sure you don't forget about his morphic arms when you do change to the cane and rod setup. So in Lunaria season, by level 45, we'll get to use 3 Magus. This is a nice DPS boost for the campaign, but also helps with early progression through the time marks. Not only that, Full Bloom no longer requires 40 nourishment stacks. Now it only requires 10, which makes it a lot easier to maintain Full Bloom. The changes to Full Bloom stacks, now requiring only 10 nourishment stacks instead of 40, hugely benefit us and our early game progression. You can see that previously, like in the clip that is showing, we had to deal with this ramp up time until we could reach Full Bloom for the Erosion Magus, and then they would start to do damage. This is no longer a thing. So when you do transition to Erosion Magus, if you were using Veil, be sure to change it for Purple Drapion if you can. And by Purple Drapion, we mean this purple pet, which adds CDR the same way Drapion does. Spirit Mega CDR is very important for us, so they can use their ultimate skills more frequently, and they are the core of our damage. Veil is basically useless right now, as growth only matters for us when it reaches 400 and 500 growth, and we will be quite far away from that. Also, I should mention that if you're using Anubis, you should get 2 sets to be equal. This means 0 strength, 0 dexterity, and a lot of int, usually. So remove any necklaces that are giving dexterity or strength, for example, as well as the interlocking souls that you picked up from the treasure troves. They give strength, and they might mess up your Anubis. When you reach time mark 4, you should be using the loot filter to get good bases to craft on, mainly canes and rods. Just one of each and you're fine. You don't need perfect affixes when you're crafting, just useful ones. The tier doesn't matter either. For the Erosion Magus, you should be getting erosion related affixes and physical affixes. You should do the same when you reach time mark 7, except this time you'll be crafting on every piece of gear to add some energy shield and resistances, as well as minion damage, intelligence, and minion cast speed, wherever you can get it. You can follow the suggested gear from the TLI Companion guide to help you with that. So this is the skill setup, pretty basic, but you can check it on the TLI Companion guide as well for the full build. So when you reach Timemark 7, you might have some FE laying around. You can use that on cheap legendary upgrade items. I'll leave this list. They're not always cheap, but you can look for them and maybe you can find some. You can also look for a Dazzling Bloom Prism by searching like this, and you can look for useful slates with this condition group when searching for them. When you reach Timemark 8, you'll also be looking for upgrades, of course. I suggest looking for green shoot kismets, as well as better slates with +1 level and Spirit Magus CDR for ultimate skills, as well as a better Pedigree of the Gods, maybe a Corroded Fiend Crown, Void Embankment or Friend Nemesis, Horn Rings, as well as Malignant and Frequent Quake. And here is a comparison of Fire Magus with Full Bloom using their ultimate skill, as well as the Thunder Magus using their ultimate skill with Full Bloom. You can see that Thunder Magus does about the same damage as Erosion, maybe a little bit higher, but the clear speed is awful, so I don't use that. And here's Erosion Magus for comparison. Now, when we compare using enhanced skills, and you can see that the damage is a lot lower, so I wouldn't bother. Lastly, when you're looking to get to profound farming, you can look for a Troublemaker, Miniature Void Sea, maybe a Circle of Life, Effortless Command Prism, Inverse Image, a better Malignant and better Frequent Quake with better modifiers, better rolls. You could craft some Vorax gear with Horn Rings. You could get some Corners, Fallen Starlights, a Prairie, maybe a Space Rift, but those are too expensive. And then on the higher end, you could look for Lone Walkers, Winter of Origin, a Priceless Cane, a Priceless Rod, or a Priceless Ring. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.